Oh God.
Yay! It's another episode of Smash Attack.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're going to be talking about reptiles by the name of Yoshi. Because everyone loves Yoshi. But before we get to that,
What?
why don't we go over
But
the.
we
Well,
don't? What if there's someone who doesn't like Yoshi?
well then they are heartless.
That's true. It might be
And
always the. It might be always those people that always just toss Yoshi off to the pits just to get that extra jump.
nah, yeah, whenever I played, I never did that.
Oh.
Super Mario World never did that.
Yeah.
Never killed Yoshi. Not intentionally anyway.
Yeah.
More on that later.
Yes.
First, let's go through the screenshots. So, first screenshot, we see Toon Link and Normal Link both doing their up B spiral attack. And I
Mm.
just love the differences in it.
Yeah.
How it's very, very clear that Adult Link is from Skyward Sword in the color palette, and Toon Link from Wind Waker. That's the exact same scheme that you get when you finally get the spin attack.
Right.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, and he said Sakurai said that it has different effects as well. So I'm assuming it's going to be like the like Brawl where Toon Link
Mhm.
kind of brings people in, whereas Link's just is an instant like hits them away.
Yeah, how it worked in Brawl, Toon Link would bring them in, do multiple hits, and then toss them,
Yeah.
whereas Adult Link would just have one solid hit. Now those were reversed when you were in the air. Adult Link would have them pinned in the air doing multiple attacks, and then the last one would launch. Toon Link would just hit them once, but if
Right.
you hit them at the very end of it, it does the most damage.
Okay.
So it seems like that mechanic at least is consistent between the versions.
Yeah. And I'm sure they'll keep the charging as well. Like the longer you hold it, the stronger it'll be.
Yeah, that was the biggest change for Link, at least in my opinion.
Right.
In Brawl, such a good addition.
And this is still the same other M stage, or at least it looks like it. So,
Yeah, nothing new to be gleaned from the levels.
right. I do like this next one though, mostly because it's I think well, because wasn't it like last week or the week before they also showed a map from the Mario 3D.
I don't remember.
I
Yes, they did. Yes, they
Yeah,
did.
where it was Mario and Luigi jumping,
Yeah,
and it looked very much like a traveling level. Um, and yeah, I was very excited about this. Just seeing like I don't know that I guess I get excited because I like seeing like what is added to it,
hmm
like as far as just I don't know within that level, just variations and whatnot. So
yeah. This looks new Super Mario Brothers type level, and it. I really like Mushroom Kingdom, Mushroomy Kingdom, all of the old throwbacks. So
hmm
as a Smash level, it's phenomenal. So I think this will be very similar in feel to all of those.
yep,
An Animal Crossing villager looks like he's looking up Wii Fit Trainer's ass. Just like to point that out. So this next one is a very close-up shot of Toon Link with Fox behind him. Now it is the 3DS, but it's amazing the texture resolution that they get on it.
yeah, yeah.
I
It's still pretty good even for a 3DS game.
yeah.
But the,
I
oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Damn it.
I didn't have anything to say really, other than I don't really know what else they're trying to show off.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to. I mean, I know we can say so much that, oh, yeah, the texture looks great or whatever, but, this is also like a scaled up image, so it could look better on an actual like 3DS screen.
Yeah, slap it at the right resolution. It could probably look a lot better than what it does right now.
Yeah.
But still very impressive.
Mm-hmm. And this next one, you were so goddamn excited about.
Oh, I'm so happy. So this was on Thursday
Mm-hmm.
for We Fit You going live. This to me pretty much confirms that we have costume swaps. You
Yeah.
have male We Fit You trainer and female We Fit trainer. I'm sorry, We Fit trainer, not We Fit You. Both in the air doing some weird pose at each other, same pose back and forth. Now, there were some people who were saying, well, this could be an assist trophy, this could be an environment thing. A, it's not an environment thing because the stage looks like Battlefield.
Yeah.
B, they would not have an assist trophy that looks nearly fucking identical to a player character.
Right.
This to me is simply a reskin. They're going to have the exact same moveset and they're going to operate identically. Same hitboxes, same attack boxes. It's all going to be the same. This opens up and confirms so many things. There's
Yeah.
so much more potential now with a
Right.
full skin swap like this. So it's a full character swap.
Yeah. So if it would be something like Fox, Falco, and Wolf, it'd be
Please do that.
mashed into fucking one.
Smash them into a single fucking character, please. Please.
Or
That will
or
give us
just
2 additional slots.
or just give them enough different move set for them to be a more unique character.
I would prefer to have all 3 of them smash into one fucking character where you can pick whichever one you want. Fuck. Then you can put Slippy in it if you fucking wanted to. And then free up 2 slots for new characters. Something different.
Mm-hmm.
Please. But yes, this just confirms everything, and this was the highlight of my Smash Week.
Yeah.
So this last screenshot, Sakurai was saying that they've modified
So good.
modified Pit's stance to be more action oriented in using his bow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like it didn't in Brawl, so
Well, I compared this to an earlier screenshot, and he wasn't talking about Brawl. He was talking about earlier versions of this Smash.
oh, okay.
The difference is in the wings. The wings used to be more level and parallel with the ground. Here they're at about a 35, 40 degree angle
Right.
to the ground. So it makes it look like he's leaning more into it, I guess. But more important than that, it shows that it is still very much a work in progress. And as polished and as good as it looks, they're still working on it.
Yeah.
And things can change, so.
Well, I mean, with every image that's at least it's both in the Miiverse and also, especially on the Smash Brothers website, they usually all say, on the very bottom, it's still a work in progress. Some things may change over time. It's still in development. So this is just supposed to show that what's being developed or just, general news about the game of, just by showing images.
Yeah. Yeah, and this was really the first thing that he's pointed out to go, hey, this is different than what I'd shown you in the past. Because, oh, actually, I think the screenshot is on the Animal Crossing villager on his character page. If you look at it, there's one where he's catching Pit's arrow and returning it to him. Let me take a look. It should be... Yeah, no, I don't see it right now. No. There was a screenshot where he's catching it and returning it to him. Right. And you can definitely see Pit's stance is completely different than what it is now. But yeah, it's neat. Hooray.
Yay, progress.
Yeah, I just kind of want to see more character announcements because they've been kind of lax on them as of late. When was the last time we saw a character announcement was let
Luigi.
me see. No. Was it? You think? It was Sonic.
Yeah,
Sonic
yeah,
for Lost World. That was like 2 weeks ago.
right.
But then again, we still don't know when this game is gonna come out. I'm assuming we're going to see another Nintendo Direct this month in November
Hmm.
before Black Friday to give us release dates on things coming in the spring to try to drive the holiday sales.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to get confirmations for new characters as well during that. At least one new character for Smash,
Hmm.
if not a launch window for Smash. Don't think they're ready to announce a date, but a
No,
launch window would be logical.
no, and kind of considering that, with the whole pit image and how it's still there's still slight changes being made just so that they make sure that like everything about it is, essentially their best work for this game, which we all know Nintendo's always about quality. Um,
Hmm.
you know, it makes sense for them to kind of just like take their time and not rush anything.
Yeah, but on the flip side, they also need to get consumers to buy their fucking console. But
Yeah.
I digress. This week's topic, we're talking about Yoshi.
Yes,
One
we are.
of the great veterans of Smash. He has been in every Smash game, start to
Hmm.
finish. He's already been confirmed for the new one. And over the different iterations, there really hasn't been any changes in his moveset in any way, shape, or form.
Hmm.
He's always had the same specials, the same regulars. Hell, he always even played this. Like, I don't think he's changed his moveset or even like his physics.
Yeah.
And minor tweaks here and there to go with the engine, but that's about it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's
So,
it's kind of one of those things where I guess if he's balanced enough, why, don't fix what ain't broke.
well, I think it's not a matter of fixing. I think it's a matter of refreshing,
Mm.
right? So, the Yoshi that we have in Smash from the beginning has been based off of Super Mario or Super Yoshi's Island. I'm sorry, Super Mario World 2.
Hmm.
That's when he can hover a bit,
Yep.
make the eggs, throw the eggs. Thank God they haven't included Baby Mario because that's the most annoying thing about Yoshi's Island. But there is some things coming down the pipe for Yoshi. Yarn Yoshi being the big one that they announced, but we haven't heard anything of
Hmm.
since they announced it. I would love to see something with Yarn Yoshi implemented, but I don't know if we will.
Well, maybe it might be like a skin, kind of like with the Wii Fit trainer, but um, I can kind of see that where it's like the Yarn Yoshi iteration, and then but
Hmm.
I think most definitely they'll do a stage. I can definitely see them doing a stage.
Based off of which Yoshi game?
Well, you said the latest one, right? Or Yarn Yoshi?
Yarn Yoshi, but we haven't really seen anything. I don't think we're going to hear anything about that.
Mm,
What we have so far in stages is Yoshi's Island was in the original Smash and it was
mm-hmm.
unlockable in Melee. That
Right.
one was based off of Yoshi's Story,
Yep.
which was a gorgeous game, say what you will. I loved it. Um, and then in Brawl, we had Yoshi's Island, which was based off of Yoshi's Island. You had the Shy Guys flying in the background, and it would go through the weather cycles.
Hmm.
And then in Brawl, I'm sorry, started in Melee, moved to Brawl, was Yoshi's Island. It was actually Super Mario World.
Hmm.
So those are the only Yoshi levels that have been through. Most of them have come back because they're all so simple
Right.
and iconic. Like Yoshi's Island is such an iconic level because you have the yellow rotating blocks and I
Yeah.
just I don't know.
Oh
I
God.
think what?
No, I was just thinking how many times I've died by those fucking things.
Well, the fucking ones in the middle of the map because you spawn and you think, "Oh, I'm good." Fall, die
Well,
immediately.
yeah, I mean either that or you wall jump and then it resets and then it just then you hit it
Fucks you.
and just fall straight down.
Oh, those fucking blocks. I like that level. So from a level perspective, maybe we could see a refresh in those
Hmm.
because they are remaking Yoshi's Island, Super Mario 2 for 3DS. They're making a sequel to it.
Oh wow.
Yes. And that's due out sometime next year.
Hmm.
So I would imagine that they're going to include something to that effect.
You know, I
I
don't.
think
I'm kind of confused as to why they would release it for 3DS and not for Wii U. Like maybe it's just because maybe the Wii U developers have too much on their plate or something. Like I don't understand
yeah,
why they.
I don't know. I don't know. It was long ago announced as a 3DS exclusive.
Hmm.
So that doesn't mean that it won't come. But so from a level standpoint, I think we're gonna see probably Yoshi's Island and probably the other one that was based off of um shit. Help me out here. Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
Thank you.
I
You know
like.
what I'm talking about.
y-
Super Mario World and
Yeah.
separately Yoshi's Island. Those two levels.
Yeah. I think it's funny how
That's what.
the Smashpedia says like Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's Island, like
Yes.
Yoshi's Island, Fred, colon Yoshi's Island.
It's so confusing. But from a move set, I think the only thing that I would like to see modified for Yoshi is his final smash.
Mm-hmm. Where he's a super dragon.
Super Dragon. So he transforms, he's got giant fucking wings, glowing eyes, and spits giant fucking fireballs all over the map.
Yeah.
And as cool as it is, he never does that. Like if you have a blue Yoshi and a cape, yeah, you can fly indefinitely. If you have a red Yoshi and you pick up a red shell, yeah, you can spit triple fireballs. But I mean, what if his final smash was something like the storybook ending and it all turns into like a Yoshi story pop-up book and the book closes and everyone takes massive damage.
Hmm.
Like something like that.
Yeah, I can't have much say in it because I didn't play Yoshi's Island, so I couldn't tell you.
I was talking about Yoshi's story.
Sorry, Yoshi's story.
Come on.
Sorry, we already said Yoshi's Island so many fucking times. It's stuck in my brain.
No, yeah, Calicast, you got a point. Mario does not throw that, and we've discussed his final smash that we had problems with it.
What
Mario's
with
final
Yoshi's?
smash.
Oh,
No,
Mario's. Yeah,
Mario's. Yeah,
right.
the cone of fire. I mean the Super Dragon. Okay, I mean it does kind of make sense,
Right.
but I don't know. I mean he's got so much more going on as a character.
Hmm. Yeah, I can kind of see. I guess because he's with his final smash being the Super Dragon, it was a combination of all of the different Yoshis from Super Mario World, just
Hmm.
all just thrown into one. So now that they've
Except for
done,
Yellow.
what did Yellow do? Oh yeah, the pound. It did like the ground
The,
pound.
yeah.
So yeah, I can kind of see where they've already it's done. So now if they wanted to do a new one, they would probably go with the Yoshi story or something that includes Yoshi's story in it.
That's even if they're gonna change it. I doubt that. I doubt we're gonna see any changes in Yoshi.
Hmm.
It's probably going to come from the levels. We're probably going to just see level swaps. Now, what if you were able to find Yoshi eggs as items instead of him just throwing them?
What I kind of wonder is if, well, I guess you mean if Yoshi throws it and you air dodge, would you grab it in midair and then be able to throw it
It,
back?
yeah, if you could counter throw the
Yeah,
eggs.
I don't see why not because it seems like that's what they're going so far with a majority of the items that people do throw. Um, so yeah, I mean, I could see where if timed right, you know, you can grab it midair and throw it back at him. I could definitely see that. I mean, I don't see why not. They've like I
Hmm.
said, they already just showed. I think we've gone over two or three images during our daily image, review that we basically where Sakurai said like, these projectiles can be thrown back at the person.
Yeah. It seems that they're making it a lot more flexible in those ways. So from that, we can only assume that you may be able to. I'm not sure though.
Right.
I would like to, but but I don't know.
So I was kind of thinking about this, ever since we were talking about with Yoshi's moveset and all that, and how it seems like so far with some of the veterans, they have their moveset is like either not necessarily changed up, but maybe tweaked a little bit. Now, do you
Hmm.
think that like Yoshi's kind of, I guess, ignored in that sense?
I don't know because we really haven't seen anything. We haven't really had any confirmations of Yoshi. Well, with Samus, they're like, oh yeah, this is based off of the other M Samus, and Link's like, oh yeah, this one is kind of Skyward Sword, and there's Yoshi and Kirby. Like both of them are kind of more or less in the same boat, right?
Right.
In that their movesets haven't really changed since the beginning. The only thing that I can think of is if balance issues came up and they started trying to balance them, tweak them under the hood, not the actual moves themselves. Like the up B egg for me, maybe I just never figured it out, was never that powerful of an attack. It
Mm-hmm.
never did much for me. Maybe they could juice that up, change its mechanics a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they could change the mechanics of laying the egg. Maybe the egg will take a bit more or a bit less to break out of.
Now, this is something that someone in the chat said. Kellycast said Mario never throws a giant double helix fireball to my knowledge either, and Luigi never drags his enemies to a drug stupor dimension. So I guess this means these are two things that Mario and Luigi haven't. They don't aren't known to do things like that. So, and this is kind of something I think we talked about in our final Smash, where
Hmm.
final Smash episode, where it's maybe it doesn't have to necessarily be something that happened or happened in previous games. It just is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
No,
um,
it definitely could. And along those same lines, yeah, the Super Dragon makes a lot more sense than either of those.
right, because it is just an idea of, again, like I said, the Super Mario world of all three of them, just well, two of them combined into one, and there's a new attack for the final Smash. So,
Yeah, the only I mean maybe like a Yoshi Stampede, I don't know. Not that I have a problem with the Super Dragon in and of itself, just if they were going to change anything about Yoshi's moveset overtly and over the top, not like under the hood and tweaking it, it would have to be, I think, the final Smash.
hmm
Everything else is already all laid out, all planned out with Yoshi. People expect Yoshi to play a certain way,
hmm
and they'll get that.
okay,
And Sakurai's very, very on point about that. I think there was a lot of people were kind of pissed about Mario and the Flood backpack in Brawl,
Oh yeah.
replacing Down B with Flood, which is, again, maybe I'm not playing it right, but to me seems like a pretty fucking useless attack
Yeah.
to replace the Spiral. The Spiral was so fucking important. So I don't know. I it, so the move set change isn't unprecedented.
Hmm.
But on the flip side, if they're going to change anything, I'd prefer them just to stay with the Final Smash.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't know. I'd like to see something where I guess kind of what's happening to everybody else, where their move set might be tweaked or it could be similar, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it might be the same thing with Final Smash, but again, we don't really have much confirmation of certain, I guess like certain smashes. We haven't, none of them really have been confirmed whether they'd be different or not, other than just that first video. But that's it.
Yeah, Kelly Cass makes another good point about Flood. Flood is pretty bad because everyone just fucking auto attaches to that goddamn ledge. So maybe they'll tweak that a bit. Maybe they'll tweak overall ledge grabs to make Flood a more viable option. So with that, because Yoshi, when you look at Mario Sunshine,
Hmm.
his primary attack was eat fruit, fucking just spit juice everywhere. What if they were to implement that as an attack? Just different colored juices shooting from his mouth, a la Flood. Which, as it stands now, if ledge grabs stay the same way,
Hmm.
will not be fucking useful. But if they modify it and make it so that ledge grabs are softer, less super magnet,
Hmm.
I
I
could
don't
definitely
know.
see them doing that.
That's see now saying that would probably make a lot of competing or like yeah competing Smash players like they'd probably cringe at that because I don't even know how many people use the ledge grab as their advantage or to screw people over or whatever. So them changing that like that would be I think that would be a big mistake, honestly.
I don't think it would be a big mistake. If I'm not saying remove it, I'm just saying
No, I'm not either.
tweak it just a bit so that it makes these other strategies more viable.
Hmm.
So that Yoshi can fucking just vomit juice. I would
Now,
like to see that.
now would it do like different effects too? Like red one would do like burning damage over time and like
No, 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 no. It would be no damage. The only I'm trying to think because it's been so long since I've played Sunshine.
yeah, same
But
here.
I do remember the juices being different colors based off of whichever fruit.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't do damage. I would just like to see random colors.
Okay.
Like every time you do it, it's a random different color as though you'd eaten a different fruit. Like I think that would be cool.
Hmm.
Because he still had the flutter move. He had everything else. Don't know if he ground pounded. Again, I haven't played it in so long. And unfortunately still haven't played Galaxy 2, so I don't know what he does in that other than inflate. I know he can inflate in that.
It's okay. I haven't even played Galaxy 1 or 2. Well,
You
I played the first
son
one for
of
like
a
probably a
bitch.
couple hours, but not
You son of a bitch.
I know. I did like it too. I just didn't have a Wii at the time, so but now I have a Wii
Well,
U.
now
I
you
can.
fucking do. Now you fucking do, and you can get them each for $20.
I know.
Nintendo. Well, not two. You still can't get two for $20. You can get one. It's a
Yeah,
Nintendo Selects. So
right. Yeah, I'm sure the first one's like super cheap. I gotta pick that up eventually.
yes. So yeah, we're at about the half hour. So I'd have to say, yeah, I think Yoshi's fine.
Hmm.
I don't think we're gonna see a lot of change. Under the hood stuff, probably mostly under the hood stuff we won't know about until we get it in our hands and we actually play it.
Our common theme that we always have at the end of each episode.
Yes, this is what it could be, but I don't know. I want to play it. So, Captain, what's next week's topic?
Actually, let's talk about that. Captain Falcon!
Oh, Jesus.
And the F-Zero franchise.
The horribly underrepresented F-Zero franchise. Yes.
Yes. So next week, show us your moves.
Show me your moves. Oh, God. Shall we be drinking Falcon Punch?
Oh, Jesus, no. Oh, God, that'd be horrible.
It would just devolve into bullshit.
Yes, it would.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in and dealing with our stupidity.
Yes, and
Let's-
we're usually here every week with our stupidity.
On Sundays. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.